Hello everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe and welcome to our tutorial today on makeup and beauty. I have been asked by several people to do like my top 3 favorites in every category of makeup, and I thought this was a good time to do it because over the last 6 months I've been doing a real sort of downsizing, clean out of my makeup and gravitating towards these products every single day. So I thought that would be a good opportunity to share with you, what are the 3 things in every category that I reach for. So the first thing, primer. I don't actually use primers very much at all, but I do have one that I've reached for often is this little one from Essence, and it's called Glow Serum. It's watermelon, I think. It doesn't have a scent really, but it's really cool as a basis for foundation. So when I'm putting on a sort of a heavier foundation, I'll use this. But that's Drugstore. By the way, everything here is Drugstore, except for maybe one eye product, which I'm going to show you and mention as being not in the drugstore. And when I say drugstore, I mean ones that are available either in your drugstore, like CVS or Walgreens or all these places, or available online as a drugstore priced product, because some things you just don't have in the drugstores, but they're fantastic. So that's my first primer. The second one is the Embryolisse. You can see it's very well used. Embryolisse moisturizer. I use that for primer. I don't know what's in it. I don't think it's a terribly exotic blend, but it's beautiful as a cleanser, as a primer, or as just a moisturizer. So that's the Embryolisse Creme. I'll leave everything, by the way, in the description box. I'll list it all. I won't put the links because I don't really there's so many places you can find these products, and I think it's easier for you just to look yourself and see what you can get. Now this one, the third one, is my favorite, which I've used for years and years. Growing Younger Gracefully. Picked it up in Bali 5 years ago and I've never looked back. I just love it. It's great. It's an oil. I think she's now calling it GYC Glow, Growing Younger Gracefully Glow, and it's face serum. I love it. Just love it. Now the sun is doing magical things today, so excuse the on and off light. I don't know how I can ever do a video in the month of September, October without the light coming erratically into my room. But anyway, those are the ones I would consider primers. Foundations, I'm not going to go into great detail on all of these because I've mentioned them before. These are the 3 that I think I picked up most frequently. In the summer, I've been using this Charlotte Tilbury. Now, this is not a drugstore product, I know. There is another one called Magic Cream, which I've mentioned from Eveline. But I did want to mention this because it is a good product. I think it's around $30, but it's actually called the Healthy Glow Unisex. I need my little, where's my magnifying glass, but it's a unisex glow. Very, very cool. It's a white foundation that you put it on and it changes color to your tone of skin. It's really, really nice. I love it. The other one is number 7. The number 7 line is available worldwide. Now it's from the UK, but it's Boots, the Chemist product. Number 7 is a great product line for anything, in my opinion. They do all kinds of powders and other creams. A very, very good line. And then anything that's cool beige for me works. And they have like 5 or 6 different foundations, and they're so consistent with their color, unlike some makeup companies and foundations. This, if it's cool beige, it's cool beige, and it works beautifully for me. The third one is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. This is not the bottle it comes in. I've mentioned before, I transferred it so I could have a pump. It comes with a funky little spatula, but I've combined Desert Beige and Rose Beige, and that's my combination. That's what I'm wearing today. Honestly, it is a $7 product. It is, in my opinion, I think a lot of people, a wonderful, wonderful foundation. This is the dewy version. There's a matte and a dewy in the Photo Focus Wet n Wild brand, but I use the dewy, and maybe too much for the sun today, but it's still very, very pretty. Those are my foundations. Okay, in terms of, I'll go eyes next because eyes are one of my favorite things. I love my eyes. I love the fact that I can see. I'm so blessed. Like, I love adorning my eyes. And even though I'm 73, my skin is 73, my face, I do struggle with powders, but I still use them. And I want to share with you some really nice products that I think are very affordable and fun to consider. Okay, so now, Elf does these little palettes. They were the ones that started off this 4-pan palette. This is called, I think this one is, I can't think of the name. I can't even read it, but it's really cool. It's got pink shades. This is one of my favorites. This particular color is just beautiful. I love it. And so that's one of my favorites. I'm gonna look for my Where is my magnifying glass? It's somewhere here. I really, honestly, the print is so teeny weeny, you can't see. So that's Elf. Wet n Wild, you know, one of my favorite brands of all time, does these 4-pan ones. And this is one that's gorgeous. It's Walking on Eggshells. I think you're all familiar with this. This is a complete eye. I mean, you can use this as on your lid. This is a gorgeous color. I mean, you can't really get the gist of it, but I use it in the inside of my eye sometimes. But I really like this one too from Wet n Wild. Again, these are all under $5. The other one that I really like is, no surprise, it's got a star in it or a heart on it because I adore it. It's the Toasted by Urban Decay. This is not a drugstore brand and it's not available. I know. It is my favorite though, if I had to choose, and I have 2 backups because I just adore this particular eyeshadow. It's just got the right tone for me. It's got the right staying power. I'm not wearing it though, and this is going to be your surprise because there is, and I know it's so, so pretty. Can you see that? I should have brought a towel here to wipe my finger. But the one that I'm going to show you is on my eyes today. And it's new. This makes 4, but I popped the Urban Decay in there just to tease you because you can't get it anymore. But this is Catrice. And it's a new one in their range. They've got a series of nudes and pinks. What is this one called? It just says nude eyeshadow palette, and it's new. I just got it yesterday. Maybe you can get this in where you are. But this is a great palette. It's a bit like the Color Pop Taupe palette for me. But this, it's got some mattes, really beautiful glow there for just sparkle. And it's got this amazing color right here. I got this one on this one here, wait a minute. This one here, I think I've got on my lid. And you can see, look what's happening. It always does. The eyeshadow pops up, but I don't mind for this because I want to show you. This is the kind of thing I would wear all the time. This is the color. I have to make sure I get the right one. This is the color that I think is a pretty close match to Toasted. The wrinkles on my hands. Can you see? It's almost exactly the same. And not only is it exactly the same in color, it's exactly the same in application. And I'm going to put a little bit on my eye just so that you can see. Just dab a bit on here. This is very much the eyeshadow that I will wear all the time. This is kind of taupey brown. But isn't that lovely? And I think Catrice is another one of those lines like Essence that has some incredible products and good value for money. So I'm just conscious that the light is not helping me very much here to show you the beautiful color. Anyway, that is those are my favorite eyeshadows. In terms of blushes, okay, I've got a couple here that I've probably spoken about before, and no apologies because I love them. This is the e.l.f. It's the new, they call it Luminous Putty Blush. I have that other putty blushes as well, but this one is kind of a peachy, well used. And this particular, I'll just put it next to the eyeshadows. You can see the color there. It's really, really pretty, and it gives a glow. It's luminous. How they do this with the technology, I do not know. But the other cream blush I really, really love is Wet n Wild. It's Peach Bums, and this one again, I'll put it on the other side here, right here. This is the Peach Bums. Again, it's under $5, and it's such a nice shadow. It's said to be a duplicate for some of the Charlotte Tilbury blush or highlighter products. You can use it on your cheeks as a highlighter and also as a blush. But what I actually have on my cheeks today is Merit. Now, this again is not a brand that you can say I can pop into the drugstore and pick it up because it's not in the drugstores, I don't think. But I ordered it online, and I'm going to look for my little blush brush and just, I've used it a lot, and it's got a cool package design too. And I'm going to just pop a little bit more on my cheeks. I think cream blushes, I don't know, they don't last that long in my opinion. So I always keep this sort of nearby and just will add a little bit of dimension. And then if that's too much, I just blend it in. So those are the 3 blushes that I love, the Merit, the e.l.f. and with Wet n Wild. In terms of glow, like a highlighter, oh, here it is. I use Flower Beauty. I don't use highlighters all that much, but this one's called Day Glow. And it's so cool. I mean, I've used it. You can see it's down to almost to the, I hardly ever get to the pan of anything, but you could just pop that on the top of your cheeks. And it's really pretty. It's very, in my opinion, quite underrated. It's just not expensive, and it's just a pretty, pretty highlighter. Day Glow. The other one is, let's see if I've got a, oh yes, it's Flower Beauty again. And that was Flower Beauty, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, this is another Flower Beauty, and this is a highlighter with that kind of classic sponge. This is the one that's a duplicate, in some people's opinions, for the Charlotte Tilbury product. It's really a cool highlighter, and you can put that on a little bit more glowy. And I'll see if I can just put that on somewhere so you can see. See how that shines? Yeah, it's quite glowy, but it's a very nice product. And again, it's quite affordable. And then the final one is another one by Makeup Revolution. I picked this up in the UK, Hydra Bright Cream Blush, but you can also use it as a highlighter. And I'm going to put it, where will I put it? I'll put it here. Oh, it's really, really similar to Peach Bums, which doesn't surprise me because this is Peach Bums and this is the, this is Peach Bums and this is the Revolution product. Aren't they pretty? But I love cream blushes and highlighters, and those are my three favorite cream highlighters. In terms of concealers, I don't wear concealer very much at all, but if I'm going to use anything at all, I do like the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. I also like the Makeup Revolution Eye Shine, or Eye Bright, which is another one that's got that cool, oops, drop it on the floor. Okay, let it go. I've got too many things in my arms here. Another one like this. Concealer. So those are the two concealers plus this one from Winky Lux. It's the closest I have found to my P. Louise eye primer product, but it's also a concealer for under eyes, which I don't use. But if I do need them for any sort of spot coverage or anything, those are the three that I would use. What else? Oh, okay, mascaras. I know this is taking a little bit longer, but there's a lot of products here to go over. Mascaras, I've got three that I love. The first is Essence Princess. It's the Green Princess. It doesn't get any better at the drugstore, in my opinion. This one by Wet n Wild is new. It's got a very strange wand, super, super tiny, but it's beautiful for length, not so much volume, but if you want just that defined look on your eyelashes, that's a perfect one. But my favorite of all time is the Joa. I've got Lash Paradise and all kinds of other ones, but there's nothing, in my opinion, that is better than this Joa. It's fantastic. And it's just called Lash Uprising. So I love it too. Eyebrows, let's see what I've got here. Eyebrows. My eyebrows are fading. They're not very big anymore. The colors, they're getting gray. But I have found a combination of products that are okay for me. First is this Wet n Wild pencil. There's nothing better than this, just for literally outlining the bottom. I just do like a little where there's no, where it's gone, where the eyebrows are very sparse. That just starts things off. And look at the size of this thing for like $3. It's, you can sharpen that forever and it'll be workable. And then I use to actually shape and brush the brows, this one called Thick It Stick It by NYX. And I'll just kind of go up like that and shape the brows. And when I don't have that to hand or I want to change, I'll go back to the Tattoo Brow by Maybelline, and that's exactly the same idea. This one's a little bit darker, so I use it maybe when I'm doing a bit more darker foundation or darker colors, but those are the two, and that's the technique that works for me, are these brow brushes, these kind of mascara brushes for brows. And that's that. Now, in terms of lipstick, okay, well, I've got, I really do have just two that are absolutely my favorites, and all the other two, well, they're there, but these are the two. They're one's by L'Oreal, 226. Can't even begin to tell you how much I love this lipstick. I've used it so much. It's like a pearlescent pink. I don't know if you can see that, but it's beautiful, and I've mentioned it several times before. I've got it on today, but I've got it on today in combination with another one that I really, really love, and that's the Milani, I think it's called Tropical Nude. Tropical Nude. Again, very well used. These I've worked on together. Tell me why coral and pink go together, but people are always asking me, what lipstick are you wearing? It's usually that combination, 226, and this is Tropical Nude. I also love this Physicians Formula. It's called Pink Flamingo, and it's kind of like a smudgy, do you know those ones that are by Tarte that are really expensive, the Marajula, I think they're called, they're like $30 each. This is like $8, and it's soft when you put it on. If I can show you this. Can you see how wet that is? It's really, really cool. I have this in my house in like 3 different places. And whenever I just want to, you know, my lips get dry or whatever, I'll just quickly pop that on. And then I must have, of course, mention the Maybelline Lifter glosses. I have those all over too. And those are my favorite gloss. I don't have any other gloss I love. That's it. That's the only one. And my favorite color is Moon. So those are my products. Oh, lip liners, I forgot to mention. I do use lip liners occasionally, and I've got 3 that I love. These are my top 3. The first one is Kiko Milano, and I think this is called, what is it called? It doesn't have it doesn't have a number. I think it has a number, 531. No name. The other one is by NYX, and it's called Envy. I love this one. If you can find Envy, it's really hard to find because you go into the shops and they've got them all lined up and it's like you have to look at every single one. But Envy is the one that I would look at. And then this final one is Essence. These are very, very cool. They're 20. It says 24 lip liner, or sorry, 8-hour lip liner. It says 8-hour. And there's again a whole bunch of different versions of this, but this one is, I think it's called Be Creative. Really like that. Essence as well. Essence does great products. Catrice does amazing drugstore products. I would never hesitate to purchase any of them. And I think that's, I'm looking at around me. Oh, powders. Okay, I very rarely use a powder. I'm going to pop some on in a minute to show you just how nice it is when you've got a bit of a glow going, because sometimes that can be challenging. But I use RCMA, does a white powder, which Wayne Goss swears by, and I agree with him. I think he's amazing anyway. I like everything he recommends. But this white powder, it's a little fluffy, but if you've got a bit of a glow, it doesn't give you any color. If you can see the difference there, because of the light here today, I'm not getting much help from being able to show you real colors and things, but hopefully you'll believe me. RCMA, great product, and it's affordable. It's not expensive. It comes in a loose powder as well, which is great. The other 2 powders that I really love, I do love the L'Oreal. Oh, this Fresh Wear 24-hour infallible. It's brilliant. I'm taking this when I travel. It's got a bit of color to it, so that if you just want to freshen up and you want a bit of color on your face, like a face foundation, a powder foundation, I love this one. I know it's not designed for that purpose, but I think it's perfect. And the other one is not even available, I don't think, anymore. It's called Prep Set and Glow. It's a Milani product. And I've still got quite a bit of it left, but I don't know if you can still get it. If you can, it's a really lovely powder. It's kind of in between those 2. It's got a bit of color, but you can get it in different shades. I think the one I've got is transparent. It's really cool. So that took longer than I thought it would, but I wanted to show you because you asked me what the top 3 are in every category. Yeah, I think I've covered it honestly and truthfully. I will mention that one product that's more expensive, if I can find it. It's actually an eye product. It's by RCMA. It's RMS, excuse me, RMS, different. They're these little eye lights. I just got these and I'm in love with them. They cost, I think it's $26 each. Oh, whoa, that just came out in a big amount. This is called Spark. You've got to be so careful with them, by the way, because if you touch them accidentally too much in the bottom, they will squirt out in a large quantity. But I just want to show you this color. Putting it up higher so you can see. And it's a cream. It dries in like 2 seconds. I've got stuff all over my head. But it dries so quickly. You can put this on your eye and it's going to stay on the lid. That's my big challenge. But, there's other products that are powders that are doing a great job too. But anyway, just want to share that with you. My light's now completely gone, I think. So have a great rest of your day. Put on your makeup and go out in the world and shine. And thank you so much for being here. And I hope that you can leave me some feedback on what you've seen today, whether they're your favorites too, and share yours. Hey, we're here. You've got time. The comments box is open there. Just leave your comments for what favorite makeup you have, and I will try them if I don't know them. Take really good care, everybody. Lots and lots of love. Bye-bye for now.